morning. This is Kasturi Day. Today, again, I have come to discuss the health and hygiene chapter according to ICSE syllabus, class 8. Okay, so I was discussing the unhealthy habits and lifestyle. Okay, so first I discussed the smoking, then I discussed the alcohol consumption, and then drug addiction, and now some other unhealthy lifestyles. So nowadays we see that daily activities require minimum physical labor. We do very little physical labor, so our muscles and body organs are not regularly exercised, not properly exercised. Okay, so most people do not exercise and undertake walks. Okay, which could have toned our body muscles. Okay, so and this has led to what a disease, some certain diseases like high blood pressure, obesity, heart problems, diabetes. Mainly it's diabetes. This diabetes is mainly type 2 diabetes, that is diabetes mellitus. Okay, in India, diabetic patients are maximum, is the highest in the world. It is about 31 million. Okay, so consumption of fast food, this is due to this diabetic condition or unhealthy lifestyle. Okay, this has mainly become due to the consumption of fast food. We generally consume fast food. We are so busy that we are not able to cook at our homes, and so we depend mainly on the fast food, street foods, fast food, like that. Okay, which are quickly available food out. They are very frequently available around us. Okay, like burgers, pizzas, samosas, and so on, which are rich in fat and they have high calorific value, and this lead to obesity. Okay, next we come to the first aid. What is first aid? First aid is an immediate help which is given to a person before any formal treatment in case of an accident or sudden illness. When somebody suddenly fall ill, or there's an accident happening, it's like there's a cut or there's a burn. Okay, it's like small thing which is happening, or even if it is a large thing which is happening, then also some first aid can be given uh, to that person. Okay, formal, before any formal treatment, the immediate help which is given to a person, to the person who is affected, to the victim, is known as first aid. Okay, it can be given to by any person to the injured if before reaching or calling a doctor. Okay, so for this we need to have a first aid box, and you have already, I think, that it is present in this first aid box is present in every school, colleges, then any educational institutions, then office, wherever it is, like it, first aid box is always available. And what should this first aid box contain? It is a box which contains certain things, namely uh, uh, sterile cotton roll, then sterile bandage of large or small sizes, then antiseptic cream or lotion, a pair of scissors, then oral rehydration solution, that is ORS solution. These things should be present in the first aid box. See the picture, you can see this first aid box which is having all these things. Next we come to the first aid for cut and bruises. What type of first aid can be given to a person who has a cut or who has bruised? So what is a cut? A cut is a break in the skin, and a bruise, what is a bruise? It's a injury to the tissues under the skin which causes a blue or black mark on the skin. So this is called a bruise, and cut is the break in the skin. Now what treatment, medical help can be given before any formal treatment? That is what is first aid which should be given before the formal treatment. If this is a superficial cut or small cut, if the cut is a small cut, then we should wash the cut area with water, then dry it gently, and then we should apply an antiseptic lotion, and then we should cover that cut place with a clean bandage. It helps to keep the cut clean and as it heals. Okay. Now, if the cut is a deep cut, then we should put a clean pad or a cloth on the cut and apply some pressure so that the bleeding stops. Okay, and if the blood soaks through the pad, if the pad which we have kept for to stop the bleeding, if it has soaked the all the blood, then and it is oozing out, the blood is again still coming out, then we should change the pad with another piece of cloth or clean pad, and then again we should press on it. After the bleeding stops, we should apply an antiseptic lotion and then put a bandage around the cut area. Okay. Next is for the first aid for the burns. Okay. Now, see, burn injuries can be caused directly by fire or by coming in contact with an hot object like boiling water, hot tea, milk, or any hot vessels. So, burn injuries can be caused by these type of cases. Now, burn can also be caused by coming in contact with electrical gadgets and certain chemicals. Like if we come in contact with some acids, then it can also cause burn. Now, the burn are of three types. Accordingly, there will be the first aid. So, if the burn is first degree burn, that is superficial burns, slight burn is there, not going underneath, not much under the skin. So, that results in reddening of the skin, and just run, for this we just have to run the cold water over the burnt area for 10 to 15 minutes, and this will cool that place, and then you can apply some Bernol or something like that to cool so that there is no blister formation. Then if this burn is a second degree burn or serious burn, then it forms blisters, that is small skin swelling. What is a blister? It is a small skin swelling with watery substance inside it. Okay. So it can form blisters. Then we should immerse the burnt area in the cold water. We should not break those blisters, okay, or puncture those blisters. If the blisters breaks by any means, okay, by accident also, if it breaks, then wash the area with soap and cover it with a clean bandage. If it is likely to put dirty or get rubbed against something, so that it does not get dirty, or it is getting rubbing, it is get rubbed with certain things. So we should keep a cover on that area. Now, if the burn is third degree burn or severe burn it is, then in most cases the result is charring, that the skin has charred. If there is a third degree burn, severe burn, then the skin has charred. In the most cases this happens. So in that case, if the cloth gets stick to the burnt area, the body part, so we should not pull them off. Otherwise the skin will come out with that cloth. We should cover the area with a clean cloth. Then we should apply some ice pack. Then we should go for medical help immediately. Then what is the first aid for stings and bites? Now, this bites and stings of certain insects and animals like the snakes, spiders, canines cause great discomfort, great pain, and many other problems arises due to this insect or snake bites. Then they result in vector-borne diseases. Main thing is that, and if the canine bites, then you can that can result in rabies also. You know that if a dog bites, it can result in rabies. So they are at times prove fatal and need immediate medical treatment. So first aid for the poisonous bites. If there is a poisonous snake which bites, then the bite of the poisonous snakes leaves 2 fang marks. Okay. we see two dot marks when the snake bites. Any place where the snake has bitten, then we can see there are two fang marks. The two fang marks are of the snake. When a poisonous snake bites, the snake venom moves fast through the blood. It affects the heart and the nervous system and can cause death. So, for this, we should keep the patient calm as panic enhances the heartbeat rate that circulates the venom faster in the body. What happens if the when the poisonous snake has bitten a person? What happens there? There's a panic created inside that inside that person, and what happens due to this venom will increase the heartbeat rate, and this venom will circulate faster in the body. So we should keep that patient calm. We should never try to assess whether the bite is of poisonous or non-poisonous. We should never do that. We should always think that the bite is of a poisonous snake. Okay, then we should clean that a wound with an antiseptic lotion. We should not never use potassium permanganate for this. We only use an antiseptic lotion to clean the wound of the snake bite. Then, to limit the spread of the venom, we should bandage the bitten limb firmly with a splint, and so that it does not move. The leg or the arm which has been bitten should not move. Okay, do not use tourniquets as it stops the flow of blood completely, which can result in amputation of the limb. So we should bandage it firmly, and do not give any alcoholic drink to the person, to the victim, neither any food nor water. Okay, so that there is a low metabolism rate. Okay, then we should try to draw out the venom within 5 minutes of the bite. Otherwise it would spread throughout the body, and for this we should use some standard suction devices. Okay, then after sucking this venom out of the body, we should use an antivenomous serum and give it to the person. Okay, then what is an antivenom serum? It is made by milking venom from one or more species of the poisonous snakes and hyperimmunizing an animal. Generally, a horse is hyperimmunized with this poisonous snake's venom with injections and of increased dose of the venom. With increased dose of the venom of one or more species, the horse is hyperimmunized by injecting this venom into the horse. Then the animal's blood produces antibodies against the weakened venom, and this increases as the dose is increased. Okay, now from blood from this hyperimmunized animal is drawn, and its serum, that is the plasma without the fibrinogen and blood cells, is sucked, and then it is extracted, and then it is refined to produce the antivenom serum. Okay, so I'll stop here. I'll continue with the rest of the chapter in my next video. Before ending, I have asked you a question in my last video, that is regarding vaccination. From which word this vaccination name has come? It is come from the Latin word vacca, which means cow. Okay, and it has been derived from a virus affecting cows, that is cowpox virus. Okay, so it's a small weakened virus of the smallpox. It is given as an anti vaccine, it's a vaccine for smallpox. Okay, and this vaccination has been created by Edward Jenner. Okay, so please go through this. If you have any doubt, please do write in the comment box, and if you like the video, press the like button. Okay, and do subscribe to get the notification of my next video. Thank you.